Hello everybody, what is up? Welcome back to the channel. I am Felrus. Thank you for joining me to play some Raid Shadow Legends today, guys. Today we have a very special video about a champion that is very near and dear to my heart, and that is going to be the man, the myth, the legend, the face of the channel himself, Korugar deathbell. But before we get into that, make sure you like, subscribe, and if you are interested in starting a new raid account to start your raid journey over again, please use my link in the description below. You will be rewarded with a free legendary champion Corrado, as well as 3 free epics as you progress your account. You are also free to use the link in the description below to join me on Discord. We have built a really thriving community, really friendly, all that kind of stuff. So if you're interested in joining me on Discord, that is always open and available to anyone who would like to do so. But guys, let's get back to the video. So Korugar deathbell, what does this guy do? First of all, he looks amazing, right? He is this ogre he's got the tusks, he's got the axe, right? He's got the little backpack bell tower, I guess, on his back there. He's got the flaming axe is just so cool, guys. This guy looks amazing. And he was one of my first legendaries, right? So I got this guy early on, and he absolutely changed the game for me. So let's take a look at what he actually does. On his A1, he attacks one enemy. This hits pretty hard, by the way. Attacks one enemy, heals this champion by 10% of their max HP. That heal is going to be super important later, and that's a really juicy heal, considering that he's HP based with a base HP of 21,000, right? So he's going to heal himself by 10% every time he gets off his A1. Now his active skills are all on 3-turn cooldowns. He has an AoE, attacks all enemies, has a 75% chance of filling the turn meters of all allies by 30%. That is the same turn meter, believe it or not, that Arbiter gets. And Arbiter is a absolutely crazy champion. So there is a possibility of building a speed Korugar, guys, to clear content for you. Also has a 75% chance, books to a 100% chance of removing all debuffs from all allies. So when this skill is fully booked on a 3-turn cooldown, he will do an AoE slap, he will fill your turn meter by 30%, and fully cleanse everybody, including himself. That is crazy, all on one skill. Again, on a 3-turn cooldown. On the A3, places a 50% ally protection buff on all allies except this champion for 2 turns. Also places a 25% strengthen buff on all allies for 2 turns. Ally protection reduces the damage that your allies receive by 50%, and then the person who places ally protection takes that damage instead. Strengthen is just a flat 25% reduction of damage on all allies. So basically, this skill puts out 75% damage mitigation on everybody except himself. Right, and he's super tanky, so he's going to be able to absorb all the damage from the ally protection. Then the passive is super important, and this is what makes him, in my opinion, one of the best, if not the best, ally protector in the entire game, guys. The passive increases this champion's resistance by 20 and defense by 10% for each ally protection buff on allies. Think about that in Hydra. He is going to be getting an extra 50% defense, which means he's taking that much less damage, right? As long as there is ally protection on all allies, right? Also increases ally resistance by 15 and defense by 5% for each ally protection buff on allies. He is not only going to reduce incoming damage by 75%, but he's also going to increase everybody's defense so that they take even less damage. This is a crazy passive, honestly. If there are multiple champions on the team with this skill, only one will activate. Then the second part, which is the cool part here, counterattacks whenever an ally under an ally protection buff is attacked. Can occur once per enemy turn. This has no cooldown. So every time someone gets attacked, he is going to counterattack. And whenever he counterattacks, he heals himself. So any damage that he is going to receive from ally protection, he is instantly going to heal back with the A1 because of the passive. This champion is absolutely insane. Between the turn meter fill, the full cleanse, all the damage reduction, the defense increase, even the resistance increase, although that's a little more niche, right? And the counterattacks, this guy is crazy good. And of course, as far as masteries go, I think you have to take War Master with this guy, right? He's counterattacking so often, particularly against bosses. War Master is going to be phenomenal for some max HP damage, guys. Korugar deathbell, in my opinion, one of the best champions in the game. All right, what exactly is his build? Well, I have him in bolster, speed, and pinpoint. Bolster places a shield on all allies, right? Protected ally shield, 30% of his HP for 3 turns, and then it'll heal him by 10% every turn. So not only is he going to get all the heals off his A1, he's also going to heal an extra 10% from the bolster gear. That's pretty crazy. Guardian is another way to go with this guy. Again, increasing the effectiveness of that ally protection and also getting that 10% heal every turn. But I went with bolster. Then I have him in speed gear because he should be fast to get off his turn meter fill and his buffs more often. And then I have him in pinpoint just to increase that speed a little bit more. So let's take a look at his total stats here. He's coming in at 83k HP, almost 84k HP with 2.3k defense and 228 speed. You want to keep this guy's crit damage low. His is a little high at 105% because ally protection does scale off crit damage, but that's not as much of a problem considering that all the healing this guy puts out is pretty crazy. Okay, so where do I use him? What do I use him for? Well, I use him basically everywhere. That is the mark of a good, versatile champion. The only place I do not consider using him is arena, and that's just because he's not in an arena build. If he was a speed champ, I mean, I think he has good base speed, right? If he was a speed champ, definitely using him in arena because of that turn meter fill. He could be a really good Armon's counter and turn meter booster, right? So I use him in my clan boss team here, right? Korugar deathbell, one of my 2 ally protectors. In all difficulties, I use this guy. He is that good, right? I'll even use him on Brutal when I put in my quick battle for the night, right? I use him in Hydra. I actually replaced him recently with Vizix in my main Hydra team, but in every other Hydra team that I run, I use him because his protection is just that great. He gives our healers a chance to heal everybody up if they're at low HP. He keeps us alive quite nicely. The full cleanse is great in Hydra too. I use him in dungeons. So I go into Dragon Hard and I use him in my stage 10 team, guys. Korugar deathbell, keeping us alive at the dragon, making sure we don't have any of those annoying pesky debuffs on us. I use him in the Spider's Den. Stage 10 of the Spider's Den. There he is on my team. Until very recently, I also used him in Ice Golem. This guy was actually my first solution to Ice Golem because of that 75% damage reduction. And by the way, he's been in basically the same build since I got him. So that's pretty cool too. That build has lasted me this long, which is a mark to how good that particular build is. And then in the potion keeps, he's kind of fallen out of my teams a little bit, but I used to use him there as well. So Korugar deathbell, absolutely insane, phenomenal champion, right? Once again, he's got the A1 heal, the A2 AoE hit with turn meter fill and full cleanse, the ally protection and strengthen, adding up to a 75% damage reduction, and the passive that scales his defense and everybody else's defense and counterattacks. He doesn't need many books, but the books that he gets are worth it. I give this guy a 5 out of 5 in all content. If you have this guy, don't sleep on him. Pull him out of your vault, build him now. If you don't have this guy, look for a progressive chance because he is absolutely account changing. Absolutely account changing, guys. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. I have been Felrus, and I will see you in another video.